Alright, so what is going on with the Bitcoin? Dropping below the 30,000, a lot of negative news all over the place from huge media like CNBC, traders and investors warning for potential drop below the $10,000. Fund managers warning that we are in a super scary head and shoulders pattern. So in this video I want to share with you what actually is going on the market, why we have all of that negativeness coming from the big guys, but at the same time they are not selling the Bitcoin. Hello everyone, it's Petko Alexandrov, welcome to the trading channel, and stay with me until the end of the video so you will learn actually what is going on the market, why we have all of the huge guys warning about a Bitcoin crash. Bitcoin is gonna drop below the $10,000. Then we have huge investors. Legendary former hedge fund manager Michael Burry has made his return to social media, and then we see some head and shoulders. We had that head and shoulders actually on this post right here, and look at that. Now I don't want even to bother to comment this head and shoulder drawing over here. Now actually let me do it for a second because it's really ridiculous. Okay, first of all, we never draw two head and shoulders one over another because the head and shoulder is a reversal pattern and it's drawn only on the top, so that's almost okay. But that one, the second line here, it's not okay. Why? Because then we can have a third one, and then we can have a fourth one, and then we can have how many? Even from the beginning of the Bitcoin? This is not how head and shoulders should be drawn at all. Let me go back to the chart. I have the head and shoulders, and actually it should be drawn like that. Okay, I have done that head and shoulder back in May. If you have watched some of my videos, I will make it thicker so you can see this is the right line of the head and shoulder. Okay, this is the head, the top with the 64K, and then we have the left shoulder and we have the right shoulder. There is no any other head shoulder out there with the Bitcoin. And this is something very important, guys. The purpose of drawing a head and shoulder formation is to have a projection, an expected move for the price after the head and shoulder is broken, and that move was already done. Okay, here it is. It dropped down to 28,732, which is the bottom actually we have back from January, and I already spoke about that bottom in one of my other videos where I said that potentially this candlestick here could be the new bottom for the Bitcoin. Now the price is retesting it. We will see if this will remain as a bottom or we will have a new one. But when we are talking about head and shoulders, this is the right head and shoulder. Okay, one shoulder, the head, and the second shoulder is right over here, and it was broken, and the expected move, or this is the distance between the line and the head, is already done. Okay, the market already did it. So if the price drops again, it doesn't mean we have to look for more head and shoulders and to draw it in a wrong way. You cannot draw head and shoulders just randomly anywhere. Okay, it is on the top of the trend. The head and shoulders is a reversal pattern. It's not a continuation pattern. You shouldn't be drawing it here. You shouldn't be taking that as a shoulder and that's another shoulder, and we have the huge head like what we saw on the picture. Because if this is the case, let me show you what happens then. This would be the height of the head, and let me show you where would be the target. Right over here. What is the distance? Negative $7,000. Oh, I'll be so happy buying the Bitcoin at negative $7,000. I'm not going even to say what that is. Okay, so this is the head and shoulders. The market already did the projection. It worked really nice, and then the price went just sideways for some times, and now is retesting this bottom of 28,732, and this is actually the bottom. Okay, it's not the 30,000. It's not the 30,000 that everyone is talking about. The 30,000 is just a roundish number that the price already broke a few times. If the price broke it a few times, it means that the level is not really important anymore. Okay, the important level we have right now is the 28,732 is the price we have from Coinbase. On Binance is different, on the different exchanges is slightly different, but we can say 28,500 or 700 range is the support that still holds the market. Now, is it going to hold? I'm skeptical that it will hold. If you ask me personally, I believe the price will drop even further, just because all of that negative news coming from the huge guys, okay? All over the internet, if you write down just Bitcoin Crash, Bitcoin slumps or whatever, you will see all the huge websites, all the huge investors are dropping negative news. And why is that? This is because they want the retail traders to panic. No one from the huge investors, from the companies, from those fund managers actually said, okay, the Bitcoin is just below the $30,000, we are selling all of our Bitcoins. We are selling $100 million in Bitcoin. We are selling the 1,000 Bitcoin we have. Personally, I didn't find such an article, such a statement, not on Twitter from the people I am following, just because they are not selling the Bitcoin. If I'm wrong, if you found such an article, please drop it in the comments below. But I want to see an article where someone is actually saying, where an institutional trader or a fund manager is actually saying, okay, we sold all of our Bitcoins because it's below the 30,000, and here is the transaction on the blockchain, so you can actually see that we sold all of our Bitcoins, right? That is something I would believe and say, okay, these guys are actually selling the Bitcoin, right? But not throwing just negative news all over the place or drawing such ridiculous head and shoulders right there. Alright, this is the head and shoulders. It was already done. Now what happens is the big guys are just throwing daily negative news so the retail traders can panic, and they do, and they can sell their Bitcoins so the big guys can buy them cheap. And unfortunately, this is the truth. This is the purpose I decided to record this video, to make it super clear for everyone watching, everyone who is worried. So the big guys are not selling it. The big guys are waiting for the retail traders to panic more, to sell, and the price to drop even down to the 25 and the 20 or even below, and then they will be super happy putting their millions into Bitcoins, right? But unfortunately, a lot of people will lose their savings, a lot of people will lose a lot of money because of all that negative news out there. So personally, me, I'm still holding my Bitcoin investment that I have bought at 24,225. This is my spreadsheet that you can find on Patreon. This is where I share all the assets I currently have, at what price I've bought them, how many coins I have bought, and so on. But for the moment, I'm very bearish from what I see on the chart. I'm still holding the Bitcoin because, as I said, I don't really see any sustainable reason to sell it. There is no any problem on the blockchain. There is no problem with the Bitcoin itself, with the technology. Don't panic about that. Just you need to accept that always the huge guys are trying to spread a panic around the world so the retail traders can sell, and right after that they can buy on a cheaper price. This is how the market works, unfortunately. All of that drop here, and you need to learn to take advantage of that even as a retail trader. I am a retail trader, but I don't fall into all of that what is written daily on the news, especially when I see a head and shoulders demonstrated like that. Okay, one more time, guys, this is the head and shoulders. The target from the head was reached already, and there is no another head and shoulder that you should be looking at. Okay, so now one more time, I'm expecting a further decline. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bitcoin drops below the 25,000 or even below the 20. But I think that there will be many investors and companies ready to buy it at these levels. And if this happens, I don't think the price will remain a long time below the $30,000. And what I've learned with the time is that I have to accept what is going on in the market. Okay, even I don't find it appropriate, but that's the reality. The price is going down, it means it's going down. So what I usually do in times like that, I scalp the Bitcoin in short trading. Okay, so if I open my VPS, you will see an account where I am actually selling the Bitcoin versus the American dollar, and this is possible with the brokers and the CFD trading. So right here, for example, you see that I have a short position open while I'm keeping my actual Bitcoins on the ledger. I'm selling with a broker the Bitcoin with a CFD trading, and I'm getting some quick profits, which after that I will be using to buy more Bitcoin on a cheaper price. I do that using a robot actually, which is much easier for me. And actually I'll be sharing this strategy and this robot in a course that I will be launching probably this month or the next. Alright, so this is my personal point of view for the market. I'll be super happy if you share what you think in the comments below, if you agree or disagree with me, so we can discuss it. And of course, if you have enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a huge like, and I thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in another video. Take care. Bye.